Well, g'day trendsetters. Today we've got a brand new rig to check out. The Specialized Levo 4. It's brand new, it's updated, it's got a fresh motor, new frame, new geo. There's a lot going on and there's so many goodies involved. Let's go for a ride now, check it out and go through some of the features of the brand new rig. This rig here is the Pro model. So many new and updated bits and pieces across the board. I've literally pulled this out of the box, set my handlebars, and away we go. And I'm absolutely blown away at the motor delivery, the balance, how well it delivers the power, how much power there is. There's a lot going on. Let's see if we can run you through some of the incredible features of this new bike. So as you head up one of my favorite trails here on Mount Kira, got this bad boy set into turbo mode. So for today, I've turned off the shuttle mode. So this is just all the raw power, raw motor power here. And it's so lovely. One of the biggest aspects of this brand new motor is the delivery of power. Now you'll read all the numbers. There's some pretty big numbers that have been put forward and they're all in there. You might be able to see on this thing down here, my motor right now is delivering 630 watts, 660 watts, 690 watts. It's a lot as we rip up the hill here. And the good thing is that power is all usable all the way through the cadence range. And the more power I put in, the more it matches the power that's being put out by this brand new motor. So essentially, if it's putting out 600 watts and I can put out 600 watts, I'm going uphill at around 1200 watts and basically like I'm sprinting uphill. It's unreal. The way the power is delivered is really nice. And in these uphill tech corners, it just feeds it to me the whole way. It doesn't like get lugged down when I get into too low of a cadence. When I get into a high cadence coming in, I can accelerate all the way out and carry on. It's really, really natural. It's really, really nice. And not to mention powerful. Even if I get stuck down in the lower gears, it still delivers upwards of 600 watts worth of power up in turbo. Now, another cool aspect of this brand new motor is the run-on effect. Now, many people might ask, what does that actually mean, that run-on? Well, for example, as we're pedaling uphill, when you stop pedaling, the motor continues to deliver a little bit of power to that rear wheel. So when you're going up some steps, for example, and you need to not pedal, but a lot of the time on e-bikes past, the moment you stop pedaling up something really steep and really nasty, your bike can stop because it's so steep. You're going straight uphill, right? Whereas this, the run-on continues to deliver some power so you can maintain that momentum heading up the hill. As we get stuck into this steep little section here, gonna keep my pedaling high and just effortlessly woo, go up the hill. This next little section here has been a big testing section of mine over the years, and right now lean back, pedal into it, so I'm going up an uphill whoop section which is sick. So the power is there, there's a lot of it, but it's how it's delivered which is so impressive. How it's delivered and how it's maintained throughout the entire pedal stroke. It's really cool. If I get stuck down 70 or 80 a step, so it just kind of gets me up that little step with enough momentum. So I don't have to keep pedaling and worry about catching my feet. A really cool aspect of the motor. The motor itself accelerates straight away. There's no delay anymore. It's a really nice, powerful acceleration that's natural. So it's cool that the brand new motor has maintained its natural feeling, as well as be updated with a new responsiveness, a new run-on, obviously more power, which is always sick, but it's delivered in a way that's usable, it's natural, and it still makes you feel like you're riding your bike. The good thing about this bike, it is a full powered e-bike, and my goodness, it is sick. So as you pop out of the trail here, I noticed big time when I'm climbing uphill, this is, you know, it's got a big 38 fork on the back, 150mm travel out rear. I almost expected it to be a little bit too big and too far, and the bikes in the past, I felt like they're out in front of me a little bit. Whereas this one, oh, it's balanced, it's underneath me. The mullet, the 29er front end, the 27.5 rear end, I can maneuver my rear wheel, pedaling uphill, can kind of like get up those steps now with that motor kind of power, that run on, the commitment, effortlessly. It's so good. It's so just confidence inspiring, pedaling up some real gnarly stuff. And my goodness, I cannot wait to get into the steep and deep. Right, we've seen it go uphill. Let's have a crack at a fun little downhill and see how it feels on the corners, the flow, a few steps and a bit of chunder. But why do we go uphill? So we can charge back down. So let's have a little look-see here. Whoa, yeah. Up, up. So it's got a big 38 fork up front. It's got the updated Genie shock out back that has a piggyback on it. So it gives you that little bit of extra feel and adjustment. Immediately noticeable is the balance of this bike. All I've pretty much done is pull this bike out the box, slap some of my Crank Brothers pedals on here, and away we go. The balance from front to rear with the weight, the battery placement is really, really nice. I feel balance between front and rear axle. I'm not searching for front end grip, the back end's not stepping out. Really impressive balance across the board, which is definitely thanks to that big stiff 38 Fox fork up front and the mullet rear wheel. But overall, where you sit on the bike is really nice. The motor and the battery, you know, it's a lot of weight on an e-bike. Pull through the chunky thunder. It's a lot of weight on an e-bike, and sometimes you can really get lost in that, and it can get away from you on some of the steeper and wilder trails. But this bike at the moment feels lovely. Through the new Specialized app also, you can adjust all of your modes in here and get like really fine-tuned with how much power you want delivered, how much Newton meters, and how much support you want. So if you want to pedal a bit harder, you can back off the motor and make it a bit more of a human powered e-bike. If you want the full fat version and you want all of it, all the power, all the responsiveness, you can fine tune that as well in a really easily accessible manner, an accessible way, and you can notice all those little changes. So I've got mine set up here on turbo for all of it. Let's get up this little step. Oh, great example of that run on. So hopping up that little step is about 2 foot high. Before, it's quite difficult. You got to come at it with a lot of momentum. With that run on, it helps carry that momentum of the bike uphill. So when I land and my wheels are back on the ground and I'm pedaling, the power's already there and I'm accelerating forward, which is really nice and really comforting. Woo! Other nice big berms here. Once again, I'm not searching out the box. My front end doesn't feel like it's too far away. I feel like I'm in between my wheels with plenty of grip on the ground and not fighting it. A lot of the times, it's really easy to fight your e-bike and like search for grip, fight to get it moving forward. The feeling of this bike and the balance is effortless through the turns. And for me, I'm on an S4. I'm 185 centimeters tall, usually a large. I went to an extra large over the years, but Jumping on an S4 here, I'm comfortable straight away. I'm happy with the wheelbase. It's stable. I can maneuver and manipulate the bike through the flowy turns. It's easy to pick up off the ground. Right out the box, it is mega impressive. Like we said, this is the Pro model. It's carbon, 29 front wheel, 38 fork up front. Very sleek looking. You can see that Genie Flodex shock out here with the piggyback, which is pretty nice. 155mm SRAM cranks, 27.5 rear wheel. And look at this little piece of superness. No battery. Why? Because it's internally routed and charged off this big battery over here. My goodness, that is a huge help. Over here, you can see this is a side mount battery. So a little 5mm bolt, pop this off, battery pops out the side, and up in here is all of your SWAT storage. Tube, canisters, all kinds of goodness in here. We've got Maven brakes front and rear with plenty of stopping power. It's super nice. These little details up here make all the difference. Multi, thanks for coming. Nice and clean cockpit. You know, a big fan of these race face handlebars too that come on this bike standard. So again, I've just got this bike out the box, kind of put them in my kind of favorite, just behind neutral position, and I have not had to adjust it whatsoever. So big fan of all of the bits and pieces and details of this bike. As you can see, you can toggle through all these different modes. I've got it turned off now while we're hanging about. Auto mode, eco, trail, turbo. Press this bottom button over here and you can get it into walk mode. Turbo is obviously my favorite. 840 watt hour battery. It's a lot. It's a lot of battery. I've ridden this bike in shuttle the other day in full tilt, so full everything, all it's got, and made about 30k and 1,000 odd meters of climbing, full power. So I haven't actually had the opportunity to do that before, which is super sick. Oh, right, let's get a bit of trials action in here. Let's see if this is gonna work. Oh, lovely. I think I need to find more talent for that. This bike, it just makes you want to ride faster. I feel like I can just find a position, front and rear, that I'm comfortable in, and just let the brakes go and let it ease in front of me. So good. All right, we're gonna find some steep, janky stuff. Let's go and check that out. All right, trendsetters, let's have a crack at a climb I haven't actually had a crack at in a very long time. This might not even be possible here, but we're gonna give it a red hot crack. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I've made it this far already. Right, look at these big cheese. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I just made it up that. What? That is not even a real climb. And the motor of the brand new Special just ate that up. What? Dude, honestly, I cannot believe I made it up that climb. I've tried that climb for years and years and years. It's in no condition to climb up. The rocks are slippery, and that is a testament to the brand new motor. The way it delivers its power up the hill. I maintained a pretty good cadence. Didn't really try that hard, and that run-on accelerated me through the steps that I've never had before. This is the brand new bike, and this is a whole new level. Let's get stuck into some more downhill on this bad boy. This track I have here at home, it's called Lost and Found. It's got some nice, fast, flowy corners, some really high speed sections. Gives me a good feel of the chatter of this bike, what kind of direction my rear end is going, and how much room I have to play with. Woo, we're into it now. Yacht. Whoa, my goodness. This makes me go way faster than I should be at the moment. Wow. Just swing off the back of this bad boy and let it eat. Wow. Like a Fox 38 4 is a chunky little monkey. And this bike, I feel like, is built for that fork. Wow. Just the confidence it inspires to go harder and just send her into everything. There's no hesitation. I've got such a nice platform underneath me. I feel way too confident to just let it eat. That's what I mean. That beast mode just makes you want to beast everything and just send her on. So sick. Wow. Well, we've definitely seen some chunder. The wheel makes it lovely going up some switchback climbs like this. But now, we've seen it go through the chunder going up. We've seen it go through the chunder coming down. It feels so balanced. It's like centralized, the balance of this bike, where the motor sits, where the battery sits, the front and rear wheel, through the mullet wheelbase is just really balanced, which is lovely. And I've just got this straight out of the box. So there is over 16 adjustments you can make to customize this for you. You can adjust the head angle here, neutral, plus or minus. You can adjust the rear, down by the rear axle, there's a flip chip to adjust your wheelbase, which then adjusts your bottom bracket height and your head angle. And then you got a bolt on your shock that can adjust your bottom bracket height. So every adjustment you make, you can then counteract it somewhere else. So customizable. But man, out of the box, I'm so balanced immediately. I'm not looking at the moment for anything else. Hey, right now I like the balance going uphill. I like where I sit on the bike going downhill. I like how it pushes me back when I come into the steep and deep stuff. So I feel like I'm behind it, my heels drop, my hips turn, and I'm ready for anything to come at me. The one thing, and we're about to go find out right now, let's see how it jumps. Now let's see what it's like on a fun, flowy jump track. Oh, it gets off the ground, lovely, big double jump here. Oh my goodness. One thing where that weight really comes in is just how easily you can generate some speed. So a lot of the time, especially on e-bikes, it can be quite difficult to generate extra speed when you lose that momentum. Whereas this bike, the balance of it is where it really comes into play on something like this that's fast and flowy and sick. Oh, effortless to get off the ground. Effortless to change direction, to lay it over, give it a scrub-a-dub-dub, and get into some wildly fast NASCAR style corners. Even the acceleration out of the corners, so I can notice, is so good. Woo! Oh, sick. Yacht. Bye up. Oh, happy days. Well, that was even better than expected. Well, trendsetters, there is some impressions from going up, going down, the flow, the up, the in-between, and some chunks, some jump. My goodness, I have not found a negative of the brand new Specialized Levo 4. Check it out for yourself. Believe the hype, because this rig is incredible. The balance, the control, the power, and the confidence-inspiring package that it delivers. So yes from me.